about a subject that I haven't indulged in for a while. And do you know, I said earlier on, I read this book yesterday, and I thought I was surprised that it didn't tempt me more towards the back towards the drinks cupboard, cabinet, drawer. Garage. Not that there's anything in there anymore, but I was lying a bit, I suppose, because the one thing I do miss, I have not had to drink any alcohol for like 2.5 years. It is wine. I think it's one cold beer on a sunny day. It's a cold cider on a sunny afternoon, and it's a glass of red wine around the fire pit with my wife Tash. We don't do that anymore. I don't think we'll ever do it again. Never say never. But I'm very happy to talk about it for those of you who are carrying on and drinking for us in the process. Off you go, Tills.
Red, white, rosé, sparkling. Our next guest can tell you exactly what bottle to uncork, when to drink it, and how to recover the next day. He's back with a brand new book, Wine, Everything You Need to Know, which is out now. So let's open a bottle with the man, the myth, that is Olly Smith!
Thank you very much! Now, Olly,
Hooray!
not that you would ever want to, but I suppose you couldn't give up drinking. You wouldn't be able to because it's your livelihood.
It's a great question. I've definitely kind of drunk a bit less as the years have gone on,
Yes.
but I kind of drink better quality, I
know.
think. I think that's the way to do
party
it.
I should be at. I just can't get there. The book's great. It's all the basics. It reminds me of a wine course, a video wine course from who would be the really famous wine lady from about 20...
Jancis Robinson.
Jancis Robinson.
Yes.
It reminds me of the very basic video wine course that I took. It's not dissimilar to that, and it's all the better for it. By the way, it's a very good quality book. Thick pages, great artwork. Not cheap to produce this kind of book.
No, indeed. And I love the artwork. It's done by this guy called Luke Bird. And I'm kind of known for my florid words, I guess, about
You're very
wine.
good at the
and,
florid
well,
words.
you're very kind, but Luke has managed to sort of bring my imagination to life. And I think it is actually quite key with wine to make it visually appealing, super informal, a great feeling of sharing enthusiasm. And, you know, all for wine, wine for all. You know, that's
all
really...
for wine, wine for all.
It's always been my motto.
When did you first say that?
I thought of that when I was working in a wine shop when I was kind of in my teenage years. That was where I began. And I remember thinking, there should be no barrier to entry. It should be all about people's individual preferences, what they're having for dinner, what mood they're in, and all of that.
Well, it's all here. And you start right at the beginning, don't you? Choose by mood, what to choose. And you go into things like ordering in a restaurant. A couple of pages on that. When you've overdone it, things like that. You know, what of the screw cap and what of the synthetic corks? What is cork wine and other wine faults? When can you send the wine back? Are screw caps any good? You got the 10 Commandments of wine, the 12 different flavours of hangover, wine no-nos, how to decipher a wine label. I mean, if you love wine or you're getting into wine, it's a lovely Christmas book. It's a fun Christmas book, man. It's all in there, isn't it?
It is. I've always felt like it's about having the information.
It's like a speed awareness course. It's all in there in 4 hours.
I did enjoy my speed awareness course. I really did. I hope this is more enjoyable, though. I mean, it's got things in there like if you like... So it's got a grape thesaurus. Yep. So if you like, for example, Malbec, it'll tell you all about it and then give you 4 or 5 other grapes to try. Yep. And it's got all of them in there. So
it's got pairings.
It's got all the pairings. And the food pairings is definitely what I'm known for as well.
How much to spend.
All of that.
So Tilly and I were just talking about, you know, £5, £4, £3. And in the book, you sort of analyse a 15-quid bottle of wine to the point at which you get down to the base level of how much wine is in there. And sometimes you do get more wine for your money if you spend a bit more.
It's true. So the tax system has gone up and everybody will have noticed it's affected the price of a bottle of wine. And I reckon if you're spending like £5.50, not a lot of that is actually going on wine. If you get to £8.99, you're on surer ground. But I reckon these days, to be honest, 10, 12 quid, really reliable. If you're spending 15, that's Sunday roast worthy. And anything above that, you're having great fun.
Right, so 15 quid is about roughly a third of your 15 quid is going into the wine. And a fiver, it's sort of less than 20%, something like that.
If that. Honestly, it's like pence. It really is pence. And things have changed. So I think it is worth thinking as well where the value is coming from. You know, countries like Romania producing fantastic stuff. I love Greece. You know, Spain, great value. Portugal. Lebanon. Amazing wine.
What was that wine that I used to have from the Lebanon?
Chateau Moussard.
Chateau Moussard. If you see Chateau Moussard on the wine menu... I mean, that's given me... Oh, now I'm back at the party.
You're back.
I'm back at the party. I mean, the value for money, and also you will really surprise your fellow guests. If you order a bottle of Chateau Moussard, they'll go, "What have you done this for?" It's as good as wine can be.
Honestly, it really is, isn't it? It's the reds. They're lavish and savoury. It's almost like Rioja in the fast lane, turned up to 11.
It's like a velvet Rioja.
Oh, it is totally that. Absolutely great.
So how much to spend? Again, we've covered that. This 2-3 pages on each things here. Are screw caps any good? And does the way a wine is sealed make any difference whatsoever? And what of Stelvin?
Stelvin, the manufacturer manufacture of the screw cap. They changed the world. I mean, you think of a country like New Zealand. New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, so popular. Pretty much all New Zealand wine is under a screw cap, and I'm a fan of them. Easy access. I'm a bit baffled when people want to reseal it, but if you do want to reseal it and pop it in the fridge, it's easy, and it gets to you in the condition the winemaker intended.
It reduces the risk factor,
It
doesn't
does
it?
reduce the risk factor.
So the benefits, though, of corks ongoing?
Ongoing, if you're going to mature and keep hold of wines and age them, a little bit of oxygen will have got into the bottle, so it softens them and makes them more savoury over time. But it's about preference. If you like fruity wines, drink them young. More savoury, drink them more mature.
All right, and now the investment in wine. You talk about investment in wine.
Yeah.
I love your honesty about this.
Yes.
So the best you can really hope for is you buy 2 cases, you drink one, you keep the other one, it pays for the first one. That's sort of as good as it gets.
That's as good as it gets. But I'm of the opinion that, it's like a great instrument. If somebody's spent all the money on a Stradivarius and it's in a lockbox and never gets played, it feels like a bit of a tragedy.
What's the point?
It's there for the music, and the wine is there to be uncorked. People often say to me, I've been given this great bottle of wine for my retirement, my marriage, whatever it is. When shall I open it? The next time it rains.
Yeah.
Don't wait for it.
Yeah.
If you make the wine the occasion and it lets you down, it's a bit of a shame. But if you just open it on a rainy day and it's wonderful, well, you've won. Mm-hmm. And if it's not that great, well, you can just go to the pub. Easy.
What about no-nos, famous no-nos?
Famous no-nos, don't wear perfume to a wine tasting or aftershave. It is equivalent to wearing a string of intestines around your neck. It's just, because basically...
Or a Rolling Stones t-shirt when you go to interview the guy who's responsible for the Beatles Anthology 4, which was yesterday.
You didn't.
I didn't. Jack did.
Jack, what did you do? I'm wearing a Wilburys t-shirt. Was that Jeff Lynne?
Yeah,
I've got
Wilburys
Jeff
is
on
all
my
right
t-shirt.
because it's not the Stones versus the Beatles
That's
at the Mecca of the Beatles. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, I agree with you. Other faux pas, I would say, actually, it's who gets the wine list in a restaurant. Too often it's handed to a man, and there are plenty of amazing women wine experts, people who know about wine. It should be the most knowledgeable person ordering on behalf of the group. So I say, revolutionise the way we think of it. I'd say also trust your sommelier. A lot of the time people will think, I don't trust them. But actually, if you tell them honestly, look, I want to spend 45 quid off the beaten track, something that you love, that no one else is buying, they'll be delighted and they want you to come back in through the door. They're not trying to fleece you. Nobody's got any money. They really want you to be happy, to feel the joy of it. So trust your server every single time. Yeah,
I mean, if the jury's out still, even with those wise words of wisdom, if you do the first thing that you mentioned there and you just say, look, state the playing field straight away.
Be real.
Say, look, I've got 40 quid. Don't even talk to me about anything over 40 quid. And then they'll relax and then they'll enjoy the job. But there is a bit of selling going on with the sommelier sometimes.
They want to sell you the whole package. They want to sell you the experience. And I think, for me, it's like people say to me, should I trust the house wine? You definitely should. So if it's not up to snuff, you're not going to trust the rest of the wine list. Right. But if it is, and you've got a bargain...
I didn't know that.
I always do, yeah.
That's an interesting take.
I blend house wines for a cruise company, and it is such fun to do because...
You blend house wines for a cruise company? That's highfalutin, isn't it?
I've got wine bars. I've got the Glass House. I've got 6 wine bars on P&O Cruises, which is a lovely thing to do, actually.
Right. Do they pay you in money or cruises?
They do pay me in money.
Do you do talks on them?
But I do. I love them. I love it because it's...
How many talks have you done on a cruise?
Oh, endless. I do like 25 days a year.
What a laugh!
It's brilliant.
I want that job.
It's fun because everybody there is on holiday, so they're immediately in a great mood.
It's wine o'clock from the moment they get up to the moment.
Wine o'clock.
Yeah, they don't have to get home.
No.
They are home.
It's talking about wine, it's pairing with food, it's a living experience. It's the exchange of views. The thing I've always loved about wine is it draws us closer together. It unifies us around one subject and we do get to know each other better.
Yeah.
The conviviality is unlocked and all of that. And when you're actually facing people and listening to, hundreds of them a day, you find out what the new trends are. And that is fascinating to me.
What's the most common question you get asked on those cruises about wine?
Is English wine any good?
And it's
Definitely.
spectacular.
It's spectacular. Yeah, I've brought a bottle in today, which is in my top 30 wines to try before you die in the book. This is Breaky Bottom. Wonderful wine from near me. Memorable name, isn't it?
Breaky Bottom. Well, a lot of them are memorable names, aren't they?
They
This is the Surge one. What's the Surge one that's in the book?
Oh, the Surge. Which one? The
English counties or something. There's a picture of it straight off. Anyway, don't worry about that.
Is that? I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of the Pétillon. It'll come back to me in a second. The one with the Astro Bunny.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Astro Bunny is the one.
Didn't mean to wrong foot you.
No,
there.
it's totally fine. It's made by Tim Wildman. It's a brilliant one. But this one, Breaky Bottom. Bottom is a name for a valley in Sussex where I live, and so there's a load of bottoms out there. There's Ashcombe Bottom, but Breaky, that's the tastiest.
Breaky Bottom. And what about this? What about, because of climate change, what about the fact that champagne producers have bought up swathes of English
much.
countryside.
So much.
Because it's getting warmer, and they bought up like half of Kent or something.
Yeah, Kent. I mean, you've got wineries like Tattinger, Pommery. They're openly buying up bits of Kent. And I'm seeing the wine spread across Great Britain. We've got incredible wine in Essex now. We've got wonderful wine in Wales. There's great wine being produced in Yorkshire, award-winning. I'm hearing rumours of land in the Scottish borders, the sort of south-facing slopes, being looked at very seriously. Because, of course, the French don't think of the next generation. They're thinking in the next 200-300 years of their business. So they're thinking, well, where's it going to be? Honestly, who knows? But I just think the more the merrier. I'm loving the revolution in Great British wine.
Yeah, and because of our climate, that's why we're so good at sparkling wine.
Yeah, really good.
Because sparkling wine has this double fermentation process, which how champagne was involved and all this kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm not going to say get back into it. Don't go
I'm
swimming
already,
in this stuff.
I'm already into it.
We could go wading or put our toes in. You could spit. You could taste and spit. You could do that.
Well, I do a lot of reverse nasal passaging.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of nosing.
Yeah.
You talk about glasses in here.
Really important.
Very important. If you've got people who love wine, at Christmas, you could buy them some wine. They've probably got some decent wine, but they might not have decent glasses.
I agree. And the other thing I think is really key, basically it's like speakers on a stereo glasses. If you invest a bit, the music does sound, more miraculous.
Yeah, and you thought, I always think, sorry, Ollie, I'm enthusiastic about this. I agree with you. And I always think, why didn't I do this 10 years ago?
I know all the fun and the paraphernalia, decanters, decanting wine.
When to decant and when not to decant?
Well, I think always, except fizz and very old wine, because very old wine's very fragile and it's like pushing somebody down the stairs. Never do that. It's just don't.
The last thing it needs.
The last thing it needs, exactly. So I think all decanting does is open up the aromas and the flavours to give you even more enjoyment. It's like turning the volume up on your wine. Yeah. So cheap and cheerful, £8 bottle of wine, stick it in a jug. You don't need to spend a fortune on a decanter. It's just the act of pouring.
Yeah, well, jug's better because it's got a wider neck.
Wider neck. It's easier to pour. And if you want to, you can double decant. You can pour it into the jug, back into the bottle. I do that a lot on Saturday Kitchen to give the wine a bit more of an open kind of feeling. Yeah. And it really works, even on the cheap and cheerfuls.
Well, we used to, honestly, we were very fortunate to have some really decent wine that I actually went and bought at auction in person, which was really
Was this your Bordeaux?
Fun.
I remember you having a Bordeaux phase.
Yeah, a couple of Bordeaux
phases. It was amazing.
And I used to, on a Saturday night, I used to pour it energetically into a pint glass to get it aerated and then put it into a decanter.
Why not?
Just to get it done. Because
that.
Especially if I forgot to open. I also used to microwave bottles. I didn't have to. I took them out of the cellar too late and it was too cold. So I stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. I said micro wine then, by the way.
Micro wine, that'll be a thing. Well, also if you're storing wine and you want the reds and the whites to last a bit longer, I do keep them in the fridge. Even the reds.
I was going to say, just add water. It'll be fine.
Well, the Romans used to do that. I mean, they're perverts. What are they thinking of? But I absolutely love the idea that it can last, it can improve, and I'm really into your idea of the pint glass and then the decanter. I think that's sort of decanting's answer to skipping. It's that hop, the jump, and you're in.
It's aerating the soil.
That's all it is. It is a communication. Wine is a portal to the values of the people who've made it and the place. And by aerating it, you're expanding that and you're getting to
go back to glasses again. I'm talking to Olly Smith, by the way, about his brilliant book. It's Simply Cool Wine. It jumps off the shelf. It's bright orange with some sort of sage green grapes there. But let's speak to that for a second. What makes red wine red? What makes white wine white?
It's a great question. All the colour comes from the skins. Yeah. So with a red wine, if you're leaving the skins in with the juice for a long time, you get a red wine. Really short time, it's a rosé. If you think of it like your cup of tea in the morning, you dunk your tea bag in for a very short time, you get a rosé. You leave it in for a long time, the skins are in, you get a red wine. And with whites, no skins at all. If you leave the white skins in, you get what's called an orange wine, and that has a bit more texture, a bit more depth. Yeah, it's fun. And they can be really savoury, quite rich. The Georgians, they stretch back 8,000 years. They're the masters of this. That was what they've done since the off. And orange wine, it's a really particular flavour. It's a Marmite wine for sure, but I love it with a cheese board. It just goes with everything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it's great.
Stop
a bit of wine and cheese. I've done it.
That is maybe one way you get me back.
Yeah, that's
back
the
to
way.
The party.
That's the way.
Oh, and port. You talk about port in here.
Port's amazing.
Pairing port with a great cheese. Give us the best port with the best cheese in the world. If you win the Eurominish tomorrow, 135 million. What are we buying?
Okay, if you've really got that kind of cash, you want Noval's National port. It's the greatest port in the world, and get yourself a slab of Stichelton. But if you would like a good value, brilliant port that anyone can find today that still is amazing and it's going to rock your world, you want Taylor's late bottled vintage. It's incredible. It's in all the supermarkets. It's down to like 13, 14 quid at this time of the year. That with a cheeky bit of Gorgonzola. Oh, rub that into your back like suntan cream. It is delicious.
He's too good, isn't he? He's too good. You're giving the no-sell here, and it's working. Port
Port's amazing. Port's like underfloor heating for the soul.
I mean, it is alcohol, don't get me wrong.
But it's a lot of fruit juice as
Tash
well.
and I, when we were courting first off, we did a bottle of Taylor's one night with some cheese. One of the greatest nights of our lives. I think we finished off with some Quality Street, actually, with like some 1967 Taylors or something like that.
You're bang on, because port goes really well with a box of chockies. It's like the Black Forest Gatto effect. You think of the cherry, the sweetness of the cake. You know, it's unbelievable with a box of chocolates.
Have you been to Taylor's in Portugal?
I've been up to that Douro Valley, yeah. Have you stayed at Taylor's?
Yeah, gosh, it was one of the greatest weekends of my life.
What happened? What did you do?
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But it's so beautiful. It's a UNESCO heritage site. You know, it's terraced and the Douro Valley goes through it, the river. This is the thing about wine. You know, it takes you to the place, and the places are full of people who love what they do. This is like a magnetic, beautiful exchange of human values. That's really why I love it.
How does Rick Astley get a mention in your book?
Rick is in the book.
Because he does get a mention. He gets everywhere. He gets where Dust wouldn't.
Well, they all do, to be honest.
Yes.
I've got a section in there where I'm talking about the size of bottles, you know, like the Methuselah with 8 bottles in it. And I call that the Goonies, because there's 8 members of the Goonies.
Very
so
good.
I love to bring it in, you know, I love to bring in any reference I possibly can. I'm here for it.
All right, and Rick is...
I think he's going to. They're never going to give you up. I think he's
about
one of
his
the ones.
hair. It's like something about his...
Oh yeah, it will be.
It
lasts longer than his.
Than Rick Astley's hair, or something like that. I can't
These
remember.
things come off the top of my head.
It's a win-win situation. Everybody wins.
Who doesn't love Rick though?
All right, no, we all love Rick. And so, if you're going into a local wine merchant, and if you want to get better wine, wine merchant's probably the way to go.
For sure, you know,
Route 1 kind of philosophy.
Route 1, definitely. I mean, look, supermarkets are great, a real shortcut to the easy stuff. But I would say if you go and develop a relationship with your independent wine merchant, they will get to know what you love.
And you might end up getting married.
You will get married for sure. You'll definitely mentally have that unbreakable bond forever. But they want you to be happy. You know, if you go in and say, listen, I just want to spend 12 quid. I love, you know, whatever it is, Vermentino, Pinot Grigio. I love light whites. Right. You know, show me something exciting. Show me something that's going to invigorate me. What's going to thrill me this weekend?
And there are simple rules, aren't there? There are simple rules. So you need to know the highway code or some of it and forget most of it, but you can still probably drive. You need to know where your sort of indicator stalk is, the acceleration, the brake, and some simple rules for wine are those good vintages, which you can memorise. I bet you know them off the top of your head.
I do, like Bordeaux particularly. You know, 2005 is amazing. I really like 10. I think 9's underrated. But, you know, here in the UK, we've just had a smasher. Everybody knows 2025 was the longest, most beautiful summer. Buy up the English wines when they come up. You know, when you actually live in a place and you remember long, slow summer, beautiful growing, not a lot of rain, that's what a good vintage looks like. You know, it's what we love.
Anybody can remember that.
It's easy once you get the hang of it.
So if you buy the vintage wine, this year's vintage, which is 2025, it's English sparkling now. When are we drinking that?
That will come out in a couple of years, and I'd be drinking that. Well, I like the window straight from the off because it is like drinking sherbet from the top of Mount Olympus, that kind of frosty buzz that it gives, really kind of tightly defined. But then after a few years in bottle, they start to express a few more. Yeah. It's like the caterpillar's beautiful, but then, oh my word, what's coming out of the chrysalis?
All right.
Full butterfly.
In a couple of years, I might well be back with you. Maybe I should just go and buy some anyway on the way. We have some lovely...
We could do a nosing. We could do a nosing, because I like the idea that you're... Yeah.
We could do a nosing. Who noses?
Who noses?
We noses. Do you noses? We noses. I knows nothing. I knows nothing. Finally, before you go, please, Olly Smith, by the way, let's have a pre-round of applause for Olly, because he's the best.
Thank you.
If you want more of this, Olly's on Saturday Kitchen all the time. This book is called Wine. Literally everything you need to know. It's the headlines. It's just the headlines, but there's enough for a book. And they're so easy to remember. Just before you go, one more glass of wine, one more portion of wine, what do you call it? A serving of wine from a glass in your life. What is it going to be?
Do you know what? Today, absolute super bargain. Asda, Fetiasca Regala from the Wine Atlas collection. It's just under 6 quid. It's the Romanian white wine. It tastes like a peach, has eloped with a mango, and they just want you to feel the same joy they do. It's
6
lovely.
quid.
6 quid. Wine Atlas. Fetiasca Regale, it means Royal Maiden. Just remember the
that
white
good?
remaining white. Honestly, it's sensational. And look, they're rare to find those bargains. But the thing I love about those is that everybody can have a go at them. That's what I really love.
Well, give my love to Chateau Talbot.
Oh, I will.
Give my love to Chivara.
I will. I'll give your love to everybody. Everyone misses you, man. We love you.
Well, never say never. Ollie, you're amazing. I'm so glad you're back.
Thanks, Chris. It's
Great
lovely to see you, man.
Wine, Olly Smith, it's out now. It's a great, great prezi for people who love wine for Christmas.
Virgin